Eu tu vai,
oh
eu falo bro.
Tá lá capra.
Olha não, meu bro.
Ocha mi ogusu. Ena me hwe proceedings na omuye no mention nyina. O se Akwasi Addai ye twa odwan kane na ka ye betwa ne ti. Then ye twa trebem ti ye twa odwan agent kra. Wo so obese na otwemienu. Na so na otwemienu kwa no eni kwa se to no. O se na nanu be fa kwa asamado. Afa so se wote ase a menhia ni ni hwiye biem. Nana your friend say
Tu vai kwa.
Odu va ayonkwa. Baby ade o se to na nto we fi to. Me Fred Makas kase. Nana asere so kofo. One ohina odika wa santimemu a odi ni tigi ache mama asantiman. Yakura no ye dini pa ne atomfoko. Asje no se ekwa ebone wo asantimemu a ye de che. If say na no ebra odi ni tigi ache mama asantimemu sha no se nana ade awuye ade be na opese asantiman ye ma. Sa o jam na mu a ye kata ne so. O si me na na bia ye bone a nana no hwe mo mfa no fom so nche no.
Sa
se be bia asame otumfo aye so no no ye de hwa ye no.
Sa
na mo nana me karama ka biem nana no amfa mamre kwan so. Ensem akantantanchi no takeka no odwom ho no na akoye te se nwura bat nana sabio woni kokko die so no enipa ne kasaye se da bi yampene ya nana no na koye se da bi yampene ane ade ye nyina yetumi amamo sa ani ha ani popo na ekoso wa hensem no nana no ye besere mo obi ye somo na mom ye somo ani die kwan so nya se de ewuhuna so bi nya asem kura ba merihia de wa ahimfunu bi triti no nana no maba oda ya na nya nika sabe slave trade na se yempe na ye fi ho no mo ne nkoye te se ye na ye ni die ma mo so no ye nkwa mo nsem ade atwa menhia no omu kan se ye twa masu nana tie man ka se metu asantema so sa wo ana menhia so sa me ka se metinte so kokko eso na esa ena eso ntese kokko esa ye wo se se me tu na aha me de wo ba asantema ma na menhia omu twa dwa ni omu se metu asantema so sa omu twa dwa na na ya pe video no bi dewe me so me ka se ye betim se ntese kokko na me sa use the word demonstration na me timu pone se ye nyina emebo amaguna no ya ba menhia se nana galam se na o ka ho asem wotek no eda so koso ne de krata ya no di se ma beto anim se de o ka no himfuni nyae etu ontu anamo bi a ebeboa ma obi a wa ya asobrache bia no magyae o ma ntie mefa se komo ma me ba hinimu a eke bia ba bia mo koduru en komo ankoduru o me da nana mi gira ba bia mi gira se nana no ne me ni yie su shefa yimu a o ma mfa me be hia ne de enyema mo keka ne de course no nana sebe ma trust ya su amamre ne amamre me fie admakase kase admakase subi ni tini ho eti me papa ko do me ensa no so man fie asantino town eti amamre de nana minim na ni so pa bank man no ke free o na ni na se ye wura ni ho eti de ko ye bia no ti ko so ba bon ya so ka se mi mumuni enko pre ka ke amra pra mi ase ni ka ba bia amamre ye tontwene o ma na no ti ase se e ko mo de me fa so wa bra ye wura ni ho enya sta na sanka amamre tie esa exactly ebe ku
pati sa mimia Akwasi Addai so me da se pa se wa kan na o ka se nu kwa na o ka se onana asaso okofo oni ojina amasantiman asama o ka kire yewura na ruwa da ma so o ka kire yewura santin no so onene na ya apam
me pa
a champion concludes, and as I can take care of almost 7 no na ya pam. So my bar, unse asabudi abadia o se do bia sika ne de. Nti wo ba wo kan bi se mono ya ba ma sansode ya kyerese mo kra se kan kan. Aso kofo ne na na mu nyina. Sa na kokko ye turuba kodua Abraham turuba kodua nana di kopim. So nana boy anantio oyema omo nyina sa omo sa ni pa na no mo tibira ma santima ne de. Obi enu wa nana bia se da wo kan. Ebe to no ne kwa mu da so no penese atia so emui na ade am da kwa sai wo de ani die no obo ama mi wura santene tumfo o se tutu abebio se so oni anti de se no va se o ho afo ande sai nje kwa bia so no ni akosi da bia wo se bia no se mi wura wada no se o ti se na oba o ya na na pekupe o no ebra no ebra ma kwafudua no kra no wonu say nua kra ni se na feje dena ekoko duse ana sa dia sa da be na ekwanta be ire yo iti bibia ni wa aka tiri na no de omo de obo ho ma bia ti ba kwa o se na akwa omo kan no de omo kan da so omo kan o no family ba ka se nya ma ba de bia emua bia no mo bo mani ati o se omo tire o sa akwa no so because we no kwa no da bia me pa ya mi ya ni se o se chame kokusu ka se enu na otu mi de nya na woti asi we di da o so akwese de nya di nkuma we di aye da pon na kese di de ese se ye toto na se emma efi bia be kan nti se efi na abaka se bioku chame na ebi aba kan osu di kwa da so no kwa no na nti na ba na no minim se o mutwa ebi se ebe ya o mo de patana na no because e ba no dia na ebi mu esachirai na de otosu bi osusu kra no me wa bema Akwasi Addai ebra wo KCC chairman me kai obibi ese da bia na ewukuada sabe na tufo poko ariketeche abebi otukwan ko amaro ne sa na PND saban se wakohodo gesia ne sadi ni adade omotwe na firi KCC a primatia sada na opanyiri bi no ekotoko odi akire oya titani ye fena jasi abo okọ ekura wa ni ba na Kofi Addai oya yewra otu for side na pempe na ba kan o so kwa so free edmakasi wo na bia sa na no koyi ni kase wa da na na se mo chi na mo fa ni nko na dwuma mu o se ni ba ko e ma ba so pepa ejasi abo di na tia na sabre no ba bia otu for so otena asantima de pankumu so se na kwan bi dawo na ejasi abo egi hwifa o se ni di na ti sa de o ko sabre na busambo de o ko na santima abobo no ho no a ya je ho no nti o ya du ho na no se busambo jimi tu o wa me wa se soja ni na amano so ko be said o be hwe form na no de twa hu no za bibi o yakopon twedi afon ni sira ni tumi a odi efa obi confirm ma to so bedu asantime mo no ade a nua anodi nti o de bomode abra na kwan bia so no yenyi musuo ni esa ni nyina afiri onko de be so metimaka a kire on
ana me da ase asantuman de eyi na ayemman asante se ya masai enti de we so bi funko obi mfun ya se na nanom kwa be na me fi se treatment na nko yi a me ma kruraba se ko na chi ai to ba na obi yi tu ya me fi se nana se bi mini no da san bi di o be di akunya no oni Akwasi Addai na yi na ye don ku ba ko ye fe na tinget ye ko jina nana ote kokoso yewura echi ma kwani ikuni ya ka ujaye ono nso ba ye nyina kitwi ebe bono chidom wote kuna kudema ye no dada minti menka no afidie so sa je wote abem na so
Sa.
Tibe ye mi wura no no ba. Yo be kase ne nye bia no. Me hwehwe de si a sebe mi hu se antwa yi. Me
Sa. Oba da se fa mi nua. Nti wo de nsuo no, ehwe boku hwe nifa. Wo du hwe boku hwe nifa, wo ntimi no nsuo no. Nti odom so penise nsuo do ne ko hinam. Nti se bo mi nua wacha se ma na wo ma mani age. O se na kutukuru kra na me miri ma fa we ba fo kwapra hene. Nunu apendini nana Kwame Adokwa wo odampam sisi enti me nua so a ono o English abochimemu a oye atapen peace sofo to adawroma we de baba modiana wode ne kra ama no ho ama me se ene maba aja fie se mo north central so F4 na adawroma dumadia mudie no yakopon ne nananom into superbuso na bibia sunwe peye bi so to for ta sahin na kwa plan po kwa se kaneno se esaba asantimemu a na yebe mo banu dade abua no aya subi abua nti eba yentimi kofa kra mienu ene emfa sefo mum ema we num ne de de sabe na to for ta sahin na wo hye ne ta no a na ode abua no eja to so a eja abua no wa bedi kan atwemie no na de otoso mienu no so atwemi na se munyina ma no abua ba ko ano nti we no me dawase se wonu akuma mesumo kuma se ayufia bi otu fa yupa so wati masemase na also webdan weni asa akire wura na nkabo no asa afa ntuma pefra na ya to dwumadi bia aka bia so because obi ni ma de chemu asem ese obi ni se anya bia no o bia woni so de wura kwa ni se o do da bi so ba ya ga no man pendini na sa o sa wo ya man pendina da bia na obi so be kan asem bi kirewa ero so anya wo de sa so ho se de sitie e bi se bi no ye bia asisi se e bia pe atwemoko ankosi aga ama wo tonu nti eja no na yase ye bo mo bai
na meda mumionu ase na yebese ye kan bibi kakra about garamsey asem no sebe akofa ensem ya bai Akwasi garamsey ayade bia akoso government ya we even excavators cry rai any ade na obi kotu garamsey a ezese yekobo nananom empenifo ase esi enya permission from environment esi there is a lot of agencies are involved edie na ma garamsey no up to now no ekoso chese eye area bi a ye struggle with it me pacho yebetie Odike first na yaba also
atie yo me da wase yesusu a ye ba wi ase nyina no ye mani laws no se agudi a wasa asnas no aban dia na dia woso nananom dia na sabra na Anglo Gold Ashanti Gold first okumuna na ko underground ekotu former gudie enti na enka ensuo ni asase omuko deep dia woso na enka no enti obo wase de no mo ya ne se omuyi gold no mo de na tianya wo underground no ba sora na mabunu na obo wase no ehwehwe akire se particles bi eka mu no mo so peke omo de mercury and cyanide na ya dampen one area no mo kokope bi eno ne fe ne galamsey wo mo ana mampanyi kofo pen galamsey Newmont free America buy umba no mampanyi ni se mo ya mo small scale mine
yes so you can hold on if obi abaso crazy
no we feel
na outside one betimi ale obi ankasa
Newmont for yes mine
10 person be a room na okasa
we go underground
one meeting no yeah one meeting no
so surface mining ebesi ne Newmont omonyo want so mbeko underground enu na didi mu ana other companies eso ba ya omo so be surface mining na de omo ne say oyini bia sorry there was small scale mining so the American abrofon ye large scale ena mra no ko focus semu say ena Ghana for so betimi aye bi na Ghana for no be ye bi no omo de ye small scale mining a omo fam fidi akese a be se intentem de be ye eno ye reserve for only Ghanaians afei de emu ya no say MPP ni NDC the high politics we ba no man nko for lances to omo ekọ site a enhihye ya won ko munni so na nsan ya ba ma license no o ma geological service for ko prospecting e wonu say this parcel of land gold was so ampa no man ka to say ko hu ohine na o na o ma otumi na say otumi na be ba me aye ye dia ye kade ono be kade srama o be tra asase na o de ma no na o de kwa abem aban ehun so onye na pene so a ansana aban maokrata ma so de akodi dwuma no yen so nkan ye niema bebre nkan water forest reserves and this time mani na nkan na de omuni say aban na nkasa no oni control mechanism bia or the oversight we ahwe say enia aduma na yeso mu aduma ene pepepe edumo ba no ye man 1 acre no ya be 20 acres because na ban e wo so ensuo ma menko osemeko ediko mo fo yin funu ya say omo so mo bom dia soja for na eba ko yin to krachi mi man 1 acre ave wo di buga ya 10 acres dia ne msume ye bi dise enu ye kwa ye na nanom 77 previous ye mfa mi ja eti aban no na ehimfo na o ma kan bo mama Ghana ye nsuo nyina ase papa de ya mhihye ma mekọ kasa yi enibre so o irepa FM se otiko ko so ye wura ye tire so ani abo mu ase omo akogina check eko ka se me himfu a motete obo dwa fra himfu any minerals commission any lands and minerals resources minister abujina poba tech emma ne kasa imu no omukura free kan ba no omune regional minister o ma do say what ko so ba be gu omani mu ase ento mo throw speech say ka wa hinin ka de emma omo ada pa medadi do mo wa hinin do say
me ba che o ka o hinin ben say ya tiefo omo ti be bi tie bi free
you will take ko so
okay asante okay
no mo fa ya dia na mo ba but throw speech ne aba say on ka dia mo pe and I will go money must do mo say mutimi tutu anu ma ho me chem sa anu ma we dey injili dey say eti o ka sta no say me himfu ama fremu ye bu abupan mu o ha emu aduasa mo ye direct beneficiaries of galamsey mo ye bi o yin bi antimi ansore an ko ka se na dia wo ka no ye no nya adwene afei o ka se wie no me hu se kwa na ekoso abanye otiso yi e de $410 million ewuram so fight galamsey atanya no kra onu an nkrofo na ye wura from pon party no ye minister for
environment sikana government ayi ati wo say odi fight galamsey na nya no kra
skande no kra mpacha say enya no kra so fight galamsey
okay
sir
oba bontia no be ka say fight no wa fa kira amane nkrofo ko site say ye forest reserves you know ma say no 800 water bodies we must say no minua Ashanti region out of 47 constituencies you know emu 23 galamsey say no o ma ba bedru pechi I 10 kilometers away from Enshia it's minua na mani abrepa o hwa abrabo ayebo say ye chichire da achi bia menchirima na se e ba ba ya hwe anti mi ka se me kan na me ni abre me ka se me ni me ara me boa me ka se na etuma ya hwe ama ye nsuo ni akwa nyina ese no se na mo na no mu di kan ese no aka mbetima benya ba bia bedi eso
me pa cho ye be mo ato aso se ya anye bebre ye be mo ato aso na we de wate ni nyina e de na o kan na answer Linda obeka bibi sesi ana se obesa oba later okay nana hold on why na ye hwe de ekosu ni implication of the law kakra Linda so obeka answer na ato aso but you for Linda ye barrister e wo UK ha why yeah that was thank you
yeah thank you but I'm also barrister in Ghana
yes
yeah so I'm going to speak English
me ba cho Linda be come for why now you okay with it
maybe mama on photo I
oh yo yeah that was it
yeah that was clear so he
what was it yeah photo what you say
as has been said already, there's a lot of issues in this case, right? A lot of problems. Now, the Constitution enshrined chieftaincy.
Yeah.
Okay? Article 270 onwards says that there should be chiefs, paramount chiefs, and recognizes the chieftaincy system. We don't have a problem with that. But Article 21 of the Constitution also allows for freedom of movement, freedom of expression. Okay? Nobody should be restricted from saying what he wants to say. Now, there may be some people who hear something who are offended, who don't like what they hear. It's rude, disrespectful, but the Constitution is the law. Chieftaincy deals with local issues. Okay, so whatever area, Santi, what area no, or whatever area of Ghana, it is the chiefs that deal with that. That's why we have the House of Chiefs, we have regional chiefs, etc. So if there is an offense against a chief, the problem we have is that there is no written down chieftaincy law. So if, for example, Asantehene or Ronghene, anybody else hears something and they are offended, it is their own idea of their tradition, what is right, what is correct, that then applies, because the chiefs have nothing written down, or don't have much written down to cover every situation. Whereas the 1992 Constitution is supposed to cover all situations. Yeah? Even when you look at other chieftaincy acts, such as the 2008 Act, that just gives you the structure. What is a chief? What does a chief do? What is the House of Chiefs? What part of the laws of Ghana does a chief deal with? But it doesn't deal with an individual who says something that you don't like, that you find offensive, and what then your reaction should be to that. No problem in this situation.
Nana, Linda, Barrister Linda, thank you very much. Yeah, well, maybe the Linda part said there is nothing written down in terms of the law. Oh yeah, chieftaincy say ebia untimi nyese enti ya hwe ya obi kura betima koka bibi asabi onim na so no e say emramu no eba no na say nipa no wakoka bibi ante say ye ka ye wo bibi a ya twira to ho say eyemra dealing with these things.
Emra yese emra se ye de bo ye nipa no ne ye japade ho ban nti se ya bi nua sika ye no akwai se bola suja nti wo na efria basa so to go sukra na o na selfie na se de no sika kan nke die ni mu se oboase gold mines ene baby ani ena konomo ena precious mines ena mi akwa no say no okay me frisasi bontebufu kaneno say me ne me mame no na me nana no ko afuo mu a na omutu enkro emena bi nti wo say o kwa ebi da bankum ebi da nifa nti na ye nana no mu didi ase omokoto asase no no omo anya omo adwene se omo didi dia kwase se de no ka se obo ase gold mines by ondo mo video bitimi tu abra dogo kwase efa asase ase
na o betimi ama o phone na hwe wani mu ye wani mu no half na aba aha that's it na nko phone kakra that's it yes come on yeda wase
that's what that's it bro so on say the city here enti ya japade a yakoko tweda mpon onam ni super so to gu asase so na kakra na sada woken na kaniye mu pade a na dentina na kroma no say no woken say be ma ko hu na o ma kosere na mo da na no na sabe ku sabe konto santenye ede esase na ma o anasa chame dia ma o se o mo hwe so enti na kwesi kokwa anu ya ofri amara ne bai na kwa bibi se efi apem ahanan ebi wotwe ba ko a potochi afo agrofo bai a rombe fu yesika no nyina ade akono enti na kwa yesa bia pepe ko enti na chese bimia metina se bia na se sa amna se kwa onya ne sa ya ne ode ko kan de kan a echire chami a ene ho akoba asemi na se na ka ebasa na emo no no mo wonim se akratisam a akratasam se se bia ba se abai ababejina se menya bia se lands commissioner se obi asuma se na obinti wana se say no krata ni nyina abako no ho akwakwa ya san wetina be hye nanan mu nsem nanan mama otumi na se da wo kan se ebusuo bi wo kra no a asana wo akoyi musika no isa wo yesuo na mamra ni amane ma no so na na sika ya pe sika no da bia sa chame kan ni se sika no gana kwayi asasi gana kwayi inti se ya mo ho ban se de minua epanini ekan ya ebejinsem eno na akofa sa oyo na we nyina ba na yesu ekura no akoye bibio ho inti se o chame kan na se wo se bioku na mu bi ebia ensa hye ase a adentina minua onfa meto chame ani mama ya mpesa akofo no achi akwan na enko hu abam nipa a omo so ye de dwumadie na se omo nsa na se bioku asrafo a omo esra ho ekoba ni nyina ye no mo ntena sen kase nti se echina biomu no hu se ekoso de na se ewono ase chi omu dibia nka maninya se o chame aka asem na wo no watwa faso na se bioku o usu be swai ache urano anaza wo chame o se sompa nanano esumye na obeto aso tize sompa nanano sumye ne dia na se kane enkumra na no mudidi eho no na se yesa gu foboko ye chi aka sadete leso so eba na ka ekroma no so a omo ho no ana ya mfa wo mo adwuma nu se de wo ka se betu amadoko no se kane de na ye no oboase de no o so oboase de no kwa duru bebi no esanka he aginsamu inti chame adawroma anu tweda mpon adom boy ana oye ya ma anya asafa ne tuma perfect inti ono enyo na amakwan se nananom no entu bibisa anase ebaburu ne mrante no enya ejese na osika no jo se da sase mo no ye de batu baby na yetime di hujuma se de abadwafo a motena se ho no ha no kam yesu yetime di so na ye ya hwechira kwa ne yese de mo kan wa
me ba cho memra ai yo mu nya ne se me ba se me ma minya mi name eti ase se no se de lawyer barrister no di ka kan your constitutional era. Freedom of speech, freedom of association, freedom of movement, freedom to acquire property. These are fundamental human rights. Also be enjoy. Say no nana ase enfo epese ye live colonial era.
Okay say me no be ntwa no o sabi ebinumo.
Ura be ba.
So okay enfo na say no ka bia sabi.
Mate. Ebinum e de metro to trust them for tax. And I promo hia. Ana o mbubu Ghana mraso. Ana omudi ehunhuna titiwo colonial masters sha o be share no say ngudi bebrebe omuni abana kambo ana mo say Ghana constitution no na say nkaso ameka yekura no say dem di ka aka no ye titiwo kura no nyansa na ahensem tie na nanu sa mamre o say ka kire mo we have to Nananum bi esa santia mamre ede tatapa enwuhuna obi e bedi akodwana na adwena woni timu ane se ensa asibi da ho amekwa akotonton eti wotwa odopa ya de chichira santema no enyimfunum bia abadodo na obedi akodwana ni won sase a obefunu oton omutimi to ama yo betina de akwa beba na ba akokwa ana papa me my share no better than even Akwasi Boni kura de na democracy but ye nya mamre na me camera said the lawyer correct am ye nya mamre mu tietia so because ya mamre ne constitution no difference in shade ni musa so the money taka shinya hunhuna ana mo force na mo repressive ahini na mu ebinumu ede aba kunkum nipa tututuo ye niema basa aban bia ba wosoro yemfo na ka be de be won say etiwa forest ye ko chi wo momo ebowuram ay reserve ye kwa ye nhihye mu no forest reserves ye nkom enko ye hwe na Jubilee House boys akọ atiwa forest mu Trobo forest river ofin ankobra pra yesu akase akede be dam nyina ma ye generate electricity mo say no wa bra mani lo kwa emo bi akwa so be konsu hwe baraka se dam nananom ye na asa so koforum o manfo mu ti anya che makwa say so to me na abo awura mo na Akwasi Addai because asantema say na so tumfo kwa aka e wo take mo antia na da so koso a
se chame kai no so no le chame kai na so ma ya so brechi a mi odawo ma mi ntwa no se no o chame de o se enchine ene han so de o Masio Maitunum, ni Mudumiasa ni Dunainwa. Was someone else as a sonchine. Sanchine died, I didn't know what chine. So, when you cry about that because so into me, Inti said a weekend. Inti nip Jadija no, so they said you could have deja profile. Enra. Inti Jadija no, so why I won't cratano, so I a Bermani Penini, that's all. When you Murana said, Crataway, said the mount way. Na onti mi nko ko di djuma bi o se na me na me se me ka me sa me stresan ya eno no o asam na se hwe ne ka
etina na se mo ko na mudi no me se mbedi president ya ba bia me hu se mo ya fom kwa ne se mo focus e won sa ase so ansase na ye ye besa e wo se munya tumi e wo abem amem mo be ka ho se me nya afidie na ye pentem a kanananum enka osabusumi bia oman ni sika bi ba makache modi be bo oman no bra ansase sem kura no enye problem say because and to be honest with you ma say onye be ba na asase ba kokora obedi ene no na ba kokora na nachi afa na obefa from mo masi dada no say obi amfa rekta tamra no ayen foforo ba ni nyina eye yi linka nananom emra so say ne aban bi a wo so ka bom ni e chance nananom so munya chafa e wo amanyo senu ye no na be raise revenue ma ye won krata asem we for plan obe hunu na Odike dia me dia bia mi mu a metima ya aboama ahenie Queen Elizabeth a wa free queen UK aban eboa no ono so boy UK aban UK amamu ntiase a ewo ho
sa mimi ni am draw no dia me no ba ya dwuro ha ba bi say penisa awoje se ba to ani tonwi so the amanyo samu no e ba to nananum ahenie no so nana no ana penisa de ade woni na odie enya de komode no ina no se da wo kan afakase no a sa tumi no nananum no mo wo firi efie apemansia edokunu no ma yede chechira santiman sebeku da kofo ase obi comfort ne kanten krente afra chef for nananum enyina no ko benkron sa do na o kan bi se sa kane do no anu na ase yesa bu component sa kofa kane do no se tresem klase ka de ofiri ase ti sa tumi na nananum no e wo sa tumi no enu mom no mehia de pa
Dala, una na kwasi design ma crafted local governance system a ebeboa ma hemfo monya tumi nya se bia kra na se be o se de court o se ama extrajudicial powers ukọ beni a wo fe ni delegate wo mu ye bi o assembly member or hina or any unit committee ne bia retired judge bia na se lawyer bi ka mo ye nhihye ya amamu anstafra na abo abasoro tina je tu constitution no ayi mo afrim awon na wo se mo me apre na mo so mo be part of day to day administration of the nation enya asase no kwa se sa me na be kaneba Obia be protecting the environment and in sense sebe ya enco waste because enone adea e ma wo yo hele
Odike asase ne de na ma mention no nana we de mesrem on say o kan asemi wa say nana num bi say asante amamre for instance ohine bako waton asase amanipa miensa na de ya ne say enipa miensa no bon say omumum na wo court a omo fight for it na ohine na de onye part of the court process Linda land dispute barrister Linda land dispute ekoso e wo ye man mu nananum bi timi koton asase obi wo pra asase na da ho go hu ase lipa foforo gira ho no the blocks abukusu no osi okoya wo say o baba ko hu nananum e na ya maton asase such issues no where do we go? Because it seems like said, yeah, sakiti ya edi ben na problem ya da ho.
Yeah.
How do we move forward with this?
Well, the problem with land disputes is that you have land that is called stool land. Then you have land that has individual family land, other lands, right? So the first thing is you have to establish whose land is it. Because sadly, no, we are not going to get rid of that. Stool land, family land. We have to understand that is the system Ghana has. So you then have to look at if this is stool land, this is how this stool land is to be treated. If we are worried about things like galamsey and how people treat land, you still have to go back to the constitution. If they are stool land, yes. And stool land is supposed to be dealt with by the chiefs. But there are times when what the chief wants versus what the constitution says are two different things.
Yes. Yo. Oh, me bacho ubetime a get you charger why? Get you charger, bra.
Yo.
Okay.
No, thank you.
So what the Constitution, for example, looks at the whole of the country, okay, the betterment of the country. Store land depends on what that individual chief or family decide is the right thing to do in that situation, okay. The problem we have, in my view, is that under Article 36, it talks about economic objectives. So it's to ensure within the Constitution that the government makes sure that whatever land is in the country, the environment and the economics of Ghana is protected. I'm not saying that the chiefs are doing anything wrong, but the chieftaincy system doesn't promote that. It is the protection of the land for the chief and the elders and the family, etc. So the problem you have is that where the government says, no, this land must be protected because of environmental reasons, economic reasons, that's fine. But then the chief says, well, I'm selling this land because of the Galamsey issues. They're going to do mining here, they're going to do this there. And the government has to come in and say, no, you can't do that, because we actually say that this land, even though it's store land, we have to give you certain guidelines as to how it's used. People don't like comparing Ghana to another country, especially developed country like UK. But that is where Ghana's constitution and all our ideas come from. But that's where it comes from. Our republic comes from what we learn from other countries. No one country sits down and comes up with their laws by themselves. Everybody shares ideas. And so even in this country, for example, if you want to build on land, you want to build a house, you want to even change the color of your house, you have to ask for permission. In a lot of instances, you have to ask for local authority planning permission, perhaps even higher government planning permission, depending on what type of building it is. So there has to be a consistency that is throughout the country. Local laws, yes, to adjust, but there has to be a consistency that everybody understands. Anytime I'm on this program, any program, the one thing we always talk about is education, education, education. People need to understand what the law says and then apply it. And with all due respect, that includes the chiefs. That includes those within those families, those who, whatever level you're at, it doesn't matter. You can understand the Constitution if you are told what the Constitution says. When we school or Ghana Kakra, I never learnt the Constitution in school. The only time I learnt the Constitution is when I then did law. You feel that it is something that everybody needs to know at least the basics of it, or have a curiosity to know what the Constitution says.
Yeah, but it's the education minister. I hope say will be. He said another year number one viewer of this program, and I believe say they will take this on board. You know, to help the Ghana community, the young people coming up, your constitution, because they learn history but not constitution. And to us and I say, Odike,
about the time we come out, I think Ghana needs constitutional review. Because our constitution, and once how complicated, some of the articles. For example, separation of powers. The three arms of government, they must be independent. Hello?
It's you.
Then we can have checks and balances. But the same constitution, as time and joining the president to cross to a legislature and appoint ministers, which betrays separation of powers. The Constitution gives too much powers to the executive arm of government, which doesn't give the people powers even to hold our leaders accountable. And the excessive powers repose on the executive arm of government are infiltrated into all the institutions in this country. The institutions are no more working because of political interference. The president appoints more than 5,000 heads of institution, and by this the institutions does the big the bed and core of the president, the executive arm, even parliament compromises to the bed and core of the president. So the chiefs are also doing same. The constitution is not helping us in the first place. Secondly, people are flouting the laws of this nation with impunity, especially those who should know better because of political interference. Some chiefs are in line with MPP, some are with NDC. As soon as his party comes into power, they does things which infringes the constitution and get away with it. The law enforcement agencies, the police administration are being also politicized. Look, when the president appoints IGP, as is the case in Ghana now, all the police officers who are MPP inclined are given topmost positions in the police service. And when the case comes, even to enforce it, they will look at the person's background, political background, the military, even at the hospitals. This thing is happening there. So the chiefs are aligning with the politicians.
Okay, one mentioned that. Is there any evidence or proof of what you are saying?
It is glaring. It's not for me even to give out any proof. Everybody knows what is happening.
Now, me bacho, you know, bako bibi so ha. Answer na yamo atoa bibi o kanso. Meaning say your office was attacked, and people want to hear about it. Following following say mini wouldn't come on catch them say omo attack office. Now we feel very fearful cry.
Yes, Kantankranchi, ebe omo bodo omo twa basuo no. Ti asem o kan o say
special to anu page say wadoma yentwa obi yentwa osu enya osu twa we dey say ta musuo aba na yeyi musuo
wo dey whatever me sana me tie no but also wo different interpretation no problem o stay ye betima twa odiketi ya bo braso ye kum odike enko ba bia
say ye betimi
I have the video, I can show you.
Now why the can't asem no? Why the can't asem no? Etiefo ni say bi say why the can't asem na wo kan.
I can Kranchi otumfo chief linguist or whatever your friend. And if na no more wo hwe wo mun sema no mo kan. It is clear say wo mo tu no enya mmra wo Ghana no mo hwe ni. Wo say mmra ni yen yeni ete yeni infumra ni yen. That's a such a banana republic. I am for a jimudi. Ye feel say mona mo be boy ho ban.
But your Ghana now say banana republic no.
Ghana.
David, oh that's all you say. Say oh.
David some your team of Obani. Me so me come as some say the tio. Me so was na na ku for the wa ba ma Ghana constitution won abetietia so. Won no de culture of impunity or the culture of silence. And the Ghana will be one me president here, sebi me protect the constitution. Open and Nipa Uganda and I don't can want some Syria murders. They have to Nipa 8 and the Wuye when to me and you shoot. One single public statement. That's in there.
All the only you have to say, oh, yeah, once I will say, office or no.
I'm building my point. Building my point. Meanwhile, on my Timono, I am for a software any infinity.
No, my work, I know what to say. You said the only there. No,
nana information asase amani pam ye asase ba kwa mani pan nine enum omuda so ne namo info asem brɛ bi asa omudi metro sem epre nipa bi omuda so ne namo etim ni America me patro nya botrema the Ghana a better place for all of us to live in and fear boys no omugugo bebrebe come and share they are there in their numbers a to trust them any metro sem no mudi mu na manfo
ya botre obi na to wase to go
na misro
minia obi say
nana yesro mani nyo wi an ye ba so yesro wa
ra edana kumbe peme kumeno na awose me call o check a wiakoye program a one man that would be friend said don't go because 40 otumfo driver wa fa phone e free kromo no na to fo be mo akra so mo fa prem recommence no mo kwa ko Odike action a one ni pa no e friend say ma o check na me ba wa mbe bo wura studio ha be ha and
Asamuna abano wadi ka ka bibia kire me se wo de ni de no obu ama siame se de obu ni se de sitie bia nti fi ono bia oludwumade a wodie so ho se de sitie
nana mani nwie de o ka no na wo so abeka wo de chiro point du misre wa
nana
why
but ade a santemanya sa de chechire ya fa wo na chechire santemanya ye ni muke ye ni mudane but na ya ye moye ho apo ye ni ye ntiatia ya de hye kwa ahodie so eno so mo hye no so na kwa mo de chief council ne kro mu tiatia Ghana mra ne Ghana fo bebre no afa ahodie so I was here speaking truth to the power and minya no afre say mo meka no ya me sponsor mo na mo nko buru Odike woni me wo wa be 10 minutes and me say kayan ko police station yen me office ne bo eben police depot wa moro akwa bi na panta achia kakra wawu na damfo no otumfo na baabi a na oton car no owu ya ni nua na ti ho eton car otumfo ote kokko so asase so no motie na
otechami asase so wadawroma ai
yo na me yesi epie no me office gate no ya sliding glass we say sabo ani macho for mo share mask omo astati shutu ebobo glass no and a pro and tigu form na nipa be du na wodem and mo say so mo shutu at random it me tear come I want to be a one office me ko share kire because me di ka nwo tutu be 11 bullets Odike no why ono aka say chairman share ye be kun eti de boy ne say omututu bi na omu bullets na sa eno omu ka omu dim ka ko ga tasim na fun eti bla me ko share be bia me share no I mu so ma pia na me free police approach for ne ba here no I don't say me enko central police station ya ko na mu so 40 ejina patas be bia ben office no what go so driver master a best in the police in taking any serious action Ghana ya tinka so we are sitting on a timing bomb and nipa me nsa e kom ya sa almost say Ghana said ya hemfo ni bi no asofo bi no and your constitution no ma political actors no so much powers na my government school and my leadership university power corrupts absolute power corrupts absolutely say 2 minutes ya ma amanofo no e pro so do eti do mo de ya ne say o ma dane authoritarians ana yefo ne bi akopi ana asofo ne bi akopi ana politician fi say yefo ne asofo ne be bo ana na we ne power eti o mo ya bone a say obia ntimi nye o mo fi and I gonna say and say and na kan environment corruption you just a obedi na you show background e hu say we are this year you dika kula tu for say we are this year akonya ne ben etututu na si and o discan be dia akonya obi tia brochire na fia amamre ne na amamre kwa wonim na yesi ne hene ye kuma ma kasika sen asenso ko fi history we na ka o se bra ba ntoma ne kasa ya o man sa su kasa na akwada no kura ya ne na sema ba o ya asenso ko fo de hye etimo ni mu a munya amame
we we draw no we ne asenso ko fo ne nana
me da se
sa
etimo munya amame na me amene na nanom be mu kwa be fa so we nyina na me se wo tia bo kire na ya mamne kwa wansua no bedi akonya wanti manfa sa covenant na da asantemane makaska sentem no wanti manfa defend me kan se me bro enfum so bana ko so gina ho na mamne kwa no de etimi ni Ghana pro metima academy says me bo se Ghana enyina yie sabe queen UK amafo be betimi ka setia no but constitution no and chieftaincy ne monarchy no it works in tandem omuna ate enhye bi ase and ye nyina agya tum ne de ya adwuma by kom de pre-colonial mentality no wa amanofo mu ewo asofo mu ewo infuni bi mu and no de Ghana said the person Ghana ye no emperimfo ebubu Ghana ko so no maja wa na ensunsun sanso no yene mabuna e ba no I will see a due pa because mi kromet makasika se bia amena na odo na fu a ye makwa na ekoja na fu no bebi o efro subiri krom e wona na makasika se subiri ne bosum ni siesi kwa ye bi mu ye du amankani a ekotu ye de bi aguo se na no ba be didi me no ka se si ahweye kalamsefo bebo awura subiri krom foresta na nkokuo ene ntwe gumu wa makasa na e virgin ene na nan matonton ni nyina ama forest no ma seno minua ya ko sushi we say ya nko round table barrister wutiemia na ya nko ya constitutional review I best spell it out the modalities upon which modern democracy ye de be share your constitution now the law enforcement agencies all the institutions in this country ye detach them from political interference my sister won can UK ho ma obi anyana be so oba Ghana because ye na do Ghana na person you anamo the beneficiaries of the lapses in our constitution and attack it seriously I come kokwa na yawu so that they can do whatever they want to do and get away with it. The Ghana Constitution, law is promulgated to protect their selfish interests. All the powers are centered at the executive arm of government.
Now, which part of the Constitution are you happy with? I will say changes, Siba.
At all, Constitution way, and this was memo. There's no difference, my brother. The architectural structure of our Constitution. And JJ Rollins amemuru, there is no difference. The only difference, Kranka, the way I recheck I can say, you call Sanla Kotuaba, but a commercial democracy, a commercial democracy, no, the highest bidder, and a winning election. Our mutual bribe at the full glare of the law enforcement agencies to get to the top.
Yeah, one about
like say you probe be even into how or running elections. Since 1992, basically, a bit car, a bit motorbike, a bit disika to influence the constitution. Woman should have sorted penny for
Akwasi Odike. Yes, Rawa, me pacho barista Linda peso busao bibi kakra. Sorry.
Okay. Frustration of them, Because it seems that you keep talking, trying to change things, and things are not changing. But from what I have seen from the Constitution, so we're talking from chapter 8 to chapter 11, right? Those are the 3 organs of government that have been mentioned. Yeah, and all the 3 organs of government, in my mind, in terms of the law, have been set up to work correctly. The place I see problem is, as I said before, people understanding the law, interpreting the law, and trying to find ways to get around the law. You can't stop a policeman from being MPP, NDC, UPP, whatever party. You can't stop that. That's his opinion. He has freedom of expression, as we all do. What you have to teach those who are in the law and uphold the law is that they should not allow their political will or ideas to interfere with their job. That is the difference. And so it boils down to telling people and making sure that if you're MPP, that you need to leave at the door. If you're NDC, whatever, leave it at the door when it comes to your job. So if the person who needs help from you, and you are a local police officer, for example, and that person comes to you, you don't try and work out which political party are you with before I'll know whether I help you or not. That is not fair. Ghanaians must always treat each other with fairness and kindness, no matter the person's political, cultural, tribal affiliation. And it is our attitude, in my opinion, that needs to change. Our attitude towards each other that needs to change. More be to say power, power corrupts. It does. You want your family to have this, you want your family to have that. If one person will want the whole power from one country, any possible. Learn to share. Learn that, yes, I can come up, my brother can also come up. Learn to sacrifice. I know. Sharing,
respecting each other as individuals, very difficult. Very difficult to achieve. Maybe I started from schools.
Yeah, but it's possible. It's possible.
The Constitution is a living document, and it grows with time. My sister, our democracy is 30 years old. It is the system and the structures that shape the mindset of the people.
Yes.
Nobody can, for example, if when you were 6 years old, the system that you went through feeds your mentality. Now, Ghanaian doesn't have attitude because there is no system that will shape the attitude of Ghanaians. And remember, behavior, attitude, we inherit it. And the system will tell you what to do and what not. And if there are policies and the systems in our booth, but in practice, it is not working, it is not proper system. That is where my worry is. We have all this in our constitution, but it is not serving the interest of the people. And if we need to go back and see where we are failing as people, the constitution can be amended. I believe the constitution is the problem, because all the structures you are telling me, it is there in theory, but in practice, it is not working. And we have observed that it is due to political interference into our architectural structure of the constitution.
So the constitution is there.
It is not serving the interest of the people.
The constitution is there, in my opinion. It is the people who don't know how to use the constitution or look for ways to get around the constitution. It means who say a constitution is a problem. We are the problem in terms of how we understand
everyone
the constitution.
Auntie Linda.
Me no nya lawyer me no nya adwene na enya adwene cha because you can now system na shape obia mindset the system system na shape obia mindset and even Britain most of my laws are conventional and ameboa.
Yes, they come from convention. Yes,
exactly. And Ghana are purely documented. You know? The structures are not working. But system there and serve the interests of ordinary people. I will say taking a second look at it. Otherwise, you know, ya de ewobukum, ya ni batiano, na Ghana a great constitution. I will say ya the best you as Ghanaians. It is the powers of my executive arm. Let's say copy American there. Let's say copy UK there. Let's say a blending or whatever. Let's say a Mwagana for. We need to go back to a round table. Now, baby, Emma, yentimi. Maybe I don't think say a independent constitution as you. But the system, no, Emma political interference, Emma political actors and players, no, flouting with impunity.
Let me give you an example. My example, okay? And I'll just give any example that comes to mind. If, for example, they say in Ghana, if the light I saw red, traffic light, right? I saw red, Gina, don't go, right? Now, who say I saw red, but still walk up. You drive your car through the red light. Is it that we need to change the law and say, okay, let's change it from red light maybe to green or orange or pink or blue? Or is it to tell the person that they can't go and to change their attitude by punishment? This is the problem. So it is not the law, it is the mentality and the punishment.
MPP near me, traffic lights. Na car no also light transfer red. Na you
yes.
Na the police achieve you. You call police station no. Commander na on your MPP ni. Also Odike. I didn't know what cross red light. Met many no. Now you're fine. You're punishment. Now MPP in your China.
Yes. So isn't that what I'm talking about? It is the people, it is our attitude, it is our understanding, it is the lack of sanction, or like you're saying, bribery, corruption that causes the problem, not the law. Yeah, but in your law, there's no problem. But in your law, there's no problem. We need to understand that if you go to the police station, now police officer or MPP, and I say, woman is 5 cities, 10 cities, whatever. No, I'll say, hey, won't me man's casa, me, yes, sir. Now, the wood to prison, no. Then I'll back up. Who realize that, mean to me, yes, I debut.
And overall, your constitution, ever work here, or can we hold on? Your constitution ever work here. We need proper training and to respect the law. You chrono, you're respecting the law. We don't value the law, but nananum everything I help in this area of work. Ama yes or no, yet me, I know to say, I know people confidence in that area. No, I think say from particularly in the UK, in America, local places in broader people confident in that. But me your interest will be Odike Okan say you before obi wo UK near the no Ghana mani kodi wo hene na ke say asem na aba. That say asem na aba. You before obi wo UK America, Canada, baby na ke say asem na ire aba. Ade obi ni ma umbrella la. Ala say dey and the man dey pass. Na hold on, you cool no we am me na na so ka Odike, hold on. So who you the na me person na so ka bibi say o ma e do mu fra bro cho bu be di hin o Ghana no. Ono so omo wo the same perception na. Enti Odike ko so na so be ka ne de.
Eti me lawyer me ne nya adwene chira. Me say constitution no. Tete run so promulgate here no. Before so be wo 5 years to so be wo no. Now can say constitution no in year review. And constitutional review and yadia Ghana nkwan baby. Other nations be bia.
Mr.
What?
Mamenka one thing, and yes, Meka said the constitution doesn't need amendment. That's not my point. My point is, we'll point out specific organs of government. You said that we need to get rid of the executive, legislature, judiciary. Those are the organs of government, right? All questions are part of the constitution. The system is there and it's fixed. We don't follow it. I know America why I'm part of it. And yes, the whole constitution America said it doesn't need amendment. Always we need to amend. I agree with you on that. But you won't say your other laws and so and your constitution in Ghana. We all have other laws as well, other acts, right, of parliament. We need to understand it and we need to enforce it, respect it and enforce. Because we'll cut about the organs of government, the organs of government, as far as I'm concerned, that part I don't have a problem with. We're happy about that part, but unless you can say executive, this is the reason. This part of the constitution I don't like. This part of the want to make us say the whole constitution. We need to get rid of it.
Ask what your country can do for you. Ask what you can do for your country.
The whole constitution there. Semeka say nya na just say soldier ni ayeku. For fundamental human rights. And it's a section in it conforms with global global democracies. What you say?
Yeah.
But what I'm saying is that, for example, maybe you are time. Supreme Court say there's a tax component the petroleum price build up. Emraman Kwan say or tax Ghanaians. You are Akwasi Addai Odike no MP for Obuasi or the Supreme Court. Supreme Court to release say executive ni sa nuisance tax in free 4 years. You are mama in free. And I'm saying majority Saturday this was majority in parliament. It's impeachment. Grand bear problem. What I'm saying is say yen na ya tena ho ba bedum pempe so bia ye hu say ye decouple parliament the legislature from the executive. All my ministers, because when we want to impeach your mama at that time, don't forget say we're appointing some of the MPs as ministers. It will be extremely difficult for them to say your mama our parliament say impeach and we need numbers also to do that. If when we decouple the executive, near the president, executive we need to say parliament and call you ministers. Ministers can be appointed outside the parliament. Monya Moduma, parliament association the mera na in enforcement. Even across Singapore, they have an electoral college to elect chief justice. We've studied so many democracies. I won't say, yeah, the powers now, ya center or executive no. Enya ama your institutions in a week. Obama Ghana say you don't need strong men to be in the hands of affairs. You need strong institutions. But as I'm talking to you now, our institutions are not serving the interests of the people.
There is a special program about it. Now, Yanko the Ebusa also about say Obi Ewu Kromha ne or Koyo or Ghana, Obi America. You spoke about it. And why you saying that?
The American say, so we are your chief tenancy setting. I don't say, I bought a phone, we bring no ballroom. Now, I hear no ne Yamamreno. You don't fancy team who go through a lot of friends and mentorship. Now, your sacrament orientation and sana, what might be doing. But in memory, Obi Baya, Frabocheba, will be in the briefcase. So now I started a more around we Yaman Bibi, Yama we Bibi, scout the buying. We spend it 200,000 so don't answer now take up. 80 will be also many Bibi Yamani. No much to bribe 1 man penny for me. stakeholders won sua mamre ho hwe ne de nasi so oba enema wo ye dodo na oto mu se papa yi wa ma mesom obepe no ho anya wa obeka na sem se na nya sa ne ye no no ma metufo aba so na ma beti madanse ye se ehun sema ye koso no enya nika galam se ya ye kan se wo do my pa na ensuo ba kope a eda ukroma eye their source of drinking almost source of water a use na what ma nyame ma magalam say for abese na which is ka 5 billion wouldn't say what komo obi a would is can be ton suo ne aduane saa ma skana hye wabra wonya nwuye na mo mabunu ne na mo bia ya momo me de hunu say enye saa na nanom ye ne ayesu amamre ne amane no ene ma bebre tochema aban enhyehyɛ yɛ tochema ene asofo enhyehyɛ yɛ tochema ena chieftaincy tochema in Ghana we have leadership paralysis leadership ayɛ Ghana for because of a plan ye faso
nana kasa ya che ye ma ono so enka bi nana we de wati ni nyina
Matthew na esbeda wase mama kasa pi menu Akwasi Addai Odike so akasa na se ni nyina so ni nyina ne se amamra ni amane no fa kasa na akwa gina omo from no ni bedi na amana atochima na bibia tisa ora ayi bebusa buneti ya bionu ni mu nsia no a ose tisa abofra no akwan ya fata so no nyina wa mfiri ho enti ye na nanu mo de omode suro na edo mo chechere o ma santiman ebisa ora mosi woma to so no mu na de tro no mu na timi ensia ni mo dumi asa no so a pasi suro awrade onyankopon na somono na kan di wontam enti said okay say yantete wan fa santete ni mu awko ahinne abusua oka no bisa ewra na se to di kan opim so ahinne antete awode nchira ansa na osan akoto aso akwamufi enti ahinne de eye entete se de wokan na fakase amenye sika na edide hene se somonu ne hia sadia ubo sai no usta frema wose sompa na no so ye no na obeto aso enti wo kwa no wabo hudue o enti se wo amfa sa kwa no a wo no odi besi bibi kire wura no so a eno edunya the style no o ka se Ghana constitution the constitution ni tia hye no bibusa se na no mo bi enka ho ana na so ja panini bi enka ho na police panini bi enka ho na so panini bi enka ho aso ni nyina komre ni nyina no so bia kwa kusaya so wan fa bible be fa Quran ituha odifa Isaiah humanity do 9 ni mo do 9 no a ose me asa for rade me na makam me hontam se de susu no baba musa mitri mo posu be gina inti wo no entam na wo koka no anase soya wo ba ko soya se wo amanyo abadwafie se ewo nananu manimo asa wo disu se de wo kan no a se de nnu e kan se Ghana mayo se na anase constitution no se o kan no ebesi no se o penda da so se bi ku wanya ne ba bi ko no na o ko ekra no ese esisai anansa kire bi o ma da se kana o mo se sanu no enne se enoma enko yi a de ntina esa mu kompona e nyina sai enya anu enko benkro ni entrance ni ehye ade no fufu
nana
na
etiefo
die bedu sunu su nehia
etiefo be so omote omo wa brochira sabe yede omo ba Ghana omo ba ye omo ye ya be ye omo ahemfo aha omo ba ye ohene no etiefo be so omote ho asem no say Odike make comment bi say ye be fa omo free akwa sabe omo nim amamre omo nim no bebre the comment na very strong comment pa na also wo dia wo ho ni say
say amamre ni amane de say fa kese no bu okwa na oni e ko wo do ho ana yakobo tweja mpo na nanu madaroma na ko be fie aduonu miensani a we wura bai ananu mo eda e pa mo so no ni Kenya mo Kenya no etimi aboa ma enoma nyina san aboa no bi se fa kese no eja chedi kura ahine be fie aduonu miensani se me kan ahine ekofom ntina nipa no fa kese na no eni nye ho o ka so bi kodi hin kura na wo so we dia o ya bo sunu se we dia me ni nye ho o me ko ayi asoya sume se na wo bentinti aso so ahini nyina no ade a wahini Yesu kan se emra sa so Yesu no ya ahini se dia ye wo suru no nti se entitia na omo jai ema ne ka obachi na fakase na amana kwakọ basa na so enyo omu nyina bebi no so wa omo edi akire omo kokra omo pe ho enkrata yakutira gu oni bi nyina na omo da so edi omo no na nanom mpeni nsem a omo be edi no asanteme ma no omo da so di akiri so mbe mi hia owura bi a bofiri ajamesu Dr. Osebusu minisia no ensama no kan ne kyerese osua de ni ko me hu dwire mi se no obi a wo bo degree say na otimi ka sanse bu we say ni de ne kyerese o wani hwe wachi eno onto for Bomali ka se e ma refu abakosem eno o shebre nti eno de Seminu ya kasa na fa kase no hono de etosini kakra ho
nana my last one for you eba sa side na ekroma yetie ye wo ahemfonom bebre e wo ha sebe oma se omo ya ahemfonom na ntokwa ewo mu no enye ntokwa ketwa a kese emu ntokwa na esunye pa enwa oma circle no wesi we ohene wesi wonya ohene wesi se ni se now no muye aware of it ewo Ghana munim sa no ma na ekoso ha anase ahade na awo so no ya agrodie bi na omudie because ehon tokwa na etete no edoso dodo kese ye community dey say ntokwa ewo mi say na we ohene wa ha na we ohene wesi wonyo ohene wesi woyo ohene yes ye wa kwantuom eti ubeti ma cheche sa part no mu kakra mai enye koma so a enye land ha UK ha uko Germany uko Holland uko America sa de ye wo ho ntokwa kese ma ni nyina akese the pure confusion akese unsettle the community no enti udie kakra wo ka wo ho saa de no ho maye ne sei
se omo nya ahemfo na omo nya ahemanum na omo nya oba panini na omo nya dikuru ebisa wahene de aka wahene de a do tia kunya tuntum so sabi eburu ona nana bia ba kunya ma no so otufu ana yewura agba konwa de ama no eda ne fie ewo ha sei ti a de no na ya de adimu na omo de ne de kopoto kasa mama se headman it is an charity ono de bia akanfo amapa koduru ono na mo pese mo ba hwetie na mo ni beba wunchinti no amaka mo ho abum se bia we na no eduru abrese ya na okona ana okobọ ho ma na enye yi o se de na ufie je ufie akonya ntobi a ono ahase no o na konya tuntum no ono na waye hene e wa hase to mo de ne de o mo nya yin funti sai no ma ne koso ho de no mo nya yi
nana ite course no me sa kan si sudua say course wo Ghana enipa bebre no ano omunim ya mamre ne ya mane enwo hyehyeye ba to mu ya ahemfo edi asantemanya etina ka meka say yewura ba yan twina dwene nsi so because ahemfo no bebre ne ye no eni asante amamre ne amane no ebo ebra yenya nkwada yasua yatena amane nkwan so ene edi anyini na sebe mpreduasa me kasa na mkoka no radio so nyina yawo enipa bi enfuni bi abo mu timu pose omu po mu ho anya asantema bebutu kro mu mfawo
entesa
me say
okay ka niye mu a mi twa no minua o se twasa mno kwa ka se wonu afom wo a o se ko ni nchen le ko yi ni nchen so wote wase a wanya wonu a wo ko baby so on se de titi entina akonya ne na wo ho sa na me sha me kasa ya na so no na me kasa bae no se ka ususu timi pini wo mo se benne se o pinche nsu a na te se koto wo wa so on se de titi te wo se bibi ko so wonu abi ho a we wa hini bia ho a na wo kwa ni nchen nua se ono mo se wo do no bi se na wo kan ye nipa tuntum no se bieku se obi wo na se wo ka no asempa no na ono adwene asi baby se we ni tamfo eso ne se de o ka wasem no ono mo na no ope wiye so on se de city
ese na ka de ni sense bi biem se eye deliberate enye se obi na efun no bi kotia ne na so ndo ina wo to asase ni nsu edu nim se nsu no e wo se eje na home yesu twa kwa no udodu 50 meters na unko sera ya nsu no benya shade evaporation nsu no nwe why to me that be so said that nsu we yenkom e benada what you say and then they catch you kura kesiem enhono tonton saase wonsu omu de mate
eba madika ka cho se no de na otu se bi na so ina so on se de tie ina omu nyina
ana mu na 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 tokore man po hene o ya se de wasi abone nsa se ho ban na ye wura kokko ka so obe afodabo house sa o timi ma na saase ya ntade ye na e che so wani so ade hu ana meto so ana ma sorry galam se bai man po hene wo friends ya galam se o masasa so ine ayin fom dom na si fom no obi antimi nya galam se wona asasa so emwon wo mu a omukuta trimu po mo de be sa asanteman ene wo mo trimu po se ye bo asante amamre na mane ho pai nana se ya antimi anye sa bia wo ya meka ya nto na ya nko ya chi se de ka constitution ye be chieftaincy is an institution. It didn't make us out. It didn't mean such a mention. And what for another mention so. But mention a chieftaincy institution.
I wasn't that chairman.
What other with us. And yet, a institution, your mamma quite say Mundi a phone, as Antamem. Your mamma quite say, will be here as your woman be near you. At the same time, your mamma, a sudie. Some more assassin you so near quiet by Sebaya, Sabia Muji free and animal hall. Mosumba handed over Ediama in Chirima. It is a big point. Me Asantiniba, me free at Macaskase at Tumfuko. Ah, men an answer Sokofo. Or didn't Tija Chamama Santamai? No, Semeka. You say, Nadia Kukuamu a futuno. I am Funidi. I want to show Betty. Umumas from Busom be pesca. Sasantama Bebu to Cromon found. And Nona, am I a movie? A triumph soon. I'm a giant Conana, a Diana. Say any idea new crochet. We see ehwe asantema ama na sei ye de hwe Ghana ama na sei da bi ana ye timi ntrase nya hwe ha bi mu enu nti na ma me de breka say ye be organize demonstration otan ene an wo ya ne ani bi nti ma agema no akosi ba bi say me se be ba betu asantema so sa
eti ahano Odike ubetumi aka de wo kan ye no ansa na ochia me be kan bi ochia me wo de hold on o say na wo kan ye ochia me hold on
yenya no so demonstration
wo de hold on ye ma ni kasa Odike ubetumi aka de wo kan ye no
ochia me na me kwa no so demonstration me see de come nhia ne de krata petition akoma secretariat ne say ade we na ekoso asantememu a ye mabunu efri say that be say abrabo etina na no nyina munya ho bibi man tie me kra aso me kan man tie me ana mo de bufu kwa ye de mo ye
binia wo de ko pe ana say afena nka wo de be kona antime wi pe
say me kan say na no ye kwa na mo say no se mo anya ho bibi a me ne mabunu no ede demonstration beba menhia ba wa ya chichem minimum mamre minimum ba bia o se me krata akọ ya wo secretariat
na na wan fa nko
na ya no so ma bande me ama me ma menhia bi
abi ambando menhia dia abi ni sabisa Yesu no obi ambando eti sasa la wo kan wo so bi ni mo obi kire o se wona na asaso ofofo awoya bakase kasi nka asase na
ochia me yesre o camera no o wetuma mana hwe o camera no wo aba form utiri aba form aha bra manimra that's it mani ko chire kakra aha kama that's it thank you
be ma on ka se bi otunfo otikoko so
o se chairman
ye ya fa chairman we not take aka say ehunu bia ya so brache na galamse na oso mu nyaro empanifo a man invite mo mabai ehfo no emu abupramu aduasa mu ye bi na advocate ka jene de me ko ka chena de bisi etna o se bia ni bre ene ayam hihie ema Ghana mpanifo na hu se ba bia ya kro no enya ni ka se maye politician na na kuvado wonya simpie su ko gina wo se enfuna mo den sa ase mam ye galamse mu nyan enfo su ko gina simpie su a wo mo se aban na de asojafo ebetu eso sa na je se we di mawe na we di amawe na problem ne da so da ho eti ya hwe nko si da ba se dua be wo ye ni
what's the role
sada mai okay o se fe ko bia woni na no ni fe kutire o so se wona na no ono o fe kutire a se bi ku kata chebu awasa wo so hunu enti ka wo da sam no ekokotu na nim na na dwendwen ho a so we saka se obi na o pe fo asem pakodo so hunu enti ka ba sa no na wo ne no kodwendwen ho so say da bi wo ye kuro ba pa sa wo dwuna ewura no so hunu wo dwuna asanteman ho so wo dwuna Ghana man ho na say wo obi ahun say say wo kura no wotri mo pobi ewo ho a da bi betima so abapa so nti eno no wo kotu man pamrika wo kontem dodo
da bi no ade be no nya adwen ye ti ame no nya adwen ne say o ti kokko so kura na chiame e ha no
o be chiame
ono e ha no a wa ba public enye so kokka no e menhia wo wa ba public say sa suba no e ha no e suba mbone that's
okay ono se bi okunya se nya wo na wo ye de kasa mafo na wo kere kakata se no wo ko menhia protocol misasa hin mo chief of staff Mr. Kofi Badum so nti
atra de wo kanu asem na ka ho asem wa fiani wa hwe ayi odani
o ma hu ni nyina
na ani ko asem sa asem ka so ka se Odike asem we kura wo kon ye wura ba o se ye bo hene ama wo tu anamo a sa de wo be jai
na mesemo
depende enfono Enyema omabo mutimu po. We nya say enya de omunim galamsey baye ebru 30 years. Kwa na ekosoro.
Odike, we the mesrel, ye memo ato so na me pacha why you complain about this police station. As police for the main enforcement agency in Ghana. Why you complain be all? Because minim say assembly baye kra no. Say we be ti dampare. Why you announce a representative? Why you who complain say this is what is happening? Me complain ye abayin timi nye we enti kro me wo evidence say e kro we ye tu garam say oho na yankoche why you who complain?
Na approach for na omuka ho bi o. Approach for na so da for o Ghana no a omuko so omuko boban no. Bebre no a ye bi. Masa so ma ya kanam se munya ntiase. Asoja for no ye do omuko se omuko boban ma galamsey na enko so protect the galamseys from say local dwellers no. Emma me attack woman. Mama maw asem ni. Asoja for no abem mpanifo do mu ko say omo mu senso ne kwa mu ko bo mu ban. Na wan re akromo for ba be ye ba be ti omu so atua. E ko akromo for mu so na ese no mo mpe. But omo de asoja for na police for no kwa omo na ko bo omo mo destroy land no e ho ban. E na o ka se soja ni ko Lebanon won ko o prefer so be ko site. Ebia galamsey na ekoso eti omo ye direct beneficiaries omo ye accomplice to asoma American
Na Asha who say a friend say ni dini say Asha one no wa free Ghana wa set me aba Ghana asa ti me aba nya Ghana card mi gidi so che am ya ti ni nyina no way allegedly, yeah. Now, no, in terms of what do you feel about her, Odike?
Mina, ebina na menena na April so kakra, chiame April so kakra no want to masi. Me asantini
so too far kwa ai.
But too far kwa me asantini ye nyina ye protect asanteman. O chiame say pam ye kura te top me shi asanteman ma wo. Because your structures are protected as anti-my interest. Asha, ultimately as anti-my catcher say, and penny for Ghana, Nina, Yakon Messica, I would bottom. Asha, I can't.
Was this a baby no more?
Or say, one brother was to say so by a man friendly, or kind of who was say. Maybe the right word, maybe, or say, the stomach of Ghanaian leaders is in our pocket. Asha. And therefore, I said, well, as Shemiama Kame Bodam, that was John Mahama time, now Asha will come and say. And my MPP for the year, they say, Umuba pe umbe pamno umuba ya no mni Asha koye one ena Asha no or sophisticated machines are so ojina forest him so say na every day about 10 kilometers every day and am pen for na shells no and was Shashanti region of a group baby no na the devastating effect of the operations, you know. Agency mu nampering for aya kwasase a cheno. Ya chene ne be prosecute na you were safoma for your senior minister be catch Ghana for say oba the prosecution no it will not inure to the benefit of the nation because you pay just $2 billion every China. Etiye for mo radio bi gold China for a smuggle free Ghana every year. Worth $16 billion. Womun twa duty. Womun twa bibia more man. Only so mema am for kakra. I'm for libinum. Normal politicians kakra. Omo a smuggle gold worth of $16 billion. na chase o mako pay $2 billion loan enu tie nya wo momo enko so environmental degradation enu mo so ma deport no se o me de ko te pray na no cameraman eyi free wana o mo ma asha sabe wura kuro na wo enya ba bia nko hye say asante mem for 3 years na asha ye garam say
me pa cho ekura no also e wa Ashanti region
ti ahunjo asante anum kumasi anum primary area
na ohene na oho no say na say wa beka about this
and me name and a bachelor it way asem kase a kire say ye mpanifo no ma ebinu ma hyeda ebo asante man bo ebinu ma hyeda peso mu sa asante man mu ja oha no gu ya ni nchirima na ye ba no so say ye mfuo na cyanide to mu de wuru gold no ukoma nso area asensuo ni mfudi ase minua ene baby se wo mu nyina with deformities akora bu abe wo no na na ni abetua wrong place akora bi abe wo na ne arm ni nyina ani ho na ne fingers na betua ni shoulder ha enyama ye hu basa obu abe wo no te sa aboa ene kuro etutu nipa cancer kidney problems is on the ascendancy in the region. Minua river of yes adane metals ability water west obetimi de amana portable no we say 3 BB in percentage but here they are not pollute to 3,000 ensure on betimi at the selama yanya potable water machines na yakraba no ensure pollution I say 3 BB atwam ko 3,000 in pollution so omo ensure gu ayi cabbage sukura enyeyi na ensure no ma enyeyi ya no ase ya de ma ya no ma enyeyi it is yes there won him for ye dey awura show mu yes there politicians ye dey awura show mu na dey ya kwa no say me a me tu sa na mo me nya wo hene ba ko a wasora beka say umi entie de Odike kan na say presentation kwa na say when me am presenting here the import of the message na ebeboaye .1 me nya peace council for mo meka say umi entie de Odike kan na ebeboaye da ache me nya any religious bodies say obeka say Odike to mo si what say they don't want to listen to the messenger, the message, but they are coming after the messenger. Nana, as a sokofo, menana, on a casa for me, or the Kukubruna or the Wuyano at the Wuramimu. It will mean I and yet the Amiga Naja now.
You, thank you.
And I believe I know that Bibia or a boy, I don't know. Oh, that a opinion would say a pretty Akabi say one police pendina Nasa with a lawyer pedophobia and not be at the time someone who I am not upon her, and there or no. What they are two women. It is also one thing that they are. As I find the kwaso kata bia timi ko ba bia sa ko bia enti anya sa wo ba ka gu from memu wo ka gu from memu kwa e kokwa enti fa tu anamo a e ba nkrata sem e fa ye constitution ho ya se tu o mo wo bu sa e bra no so o mo ni ade nyina na se e se be ye trasa bopo na ne o se e bopo no se e kira no a e bra ne be diu no ne ho ko e do be fa so
Nana, medase. Na metuma academy says me bo say. Abemu pelefone akata no ko mo na e galam say. Emrante na chi omo achiwa no. Omo ko gina court omo say yɛsoma ɔmo firi Jubilee House na Kufuado na tena yɛ so mo me galamsey ɛwɔ court room.
Where a very strong allegation.
Any allegation is on record.
As I say, I want some question.
Akoda. This is and Yama come once a minute. Akoda. From what you say, of fair river night, the champagne is why I say to Sikane and the war party in the book of my yet audio video on an amor. I know that's fair that I'm saying.
They say that officially, as I said, several Kuahini won't tea. So I hear about also who quite about Faso, Obokuno.
If Kronos young anyway, yeah, bro. Move to play about Scotland. Say, Mobile Jiska could be anywhere. Near Mamma $30 million. Mobile, would you have your turn? Mama said you have 200. I wear forest. Would you have turn? Mama said 2,000. I wear forest. It's a jabber of my pan. I'm opposite yesterday.
Hold on. As I'm over to us, hold on, Linda.
Yes.
In terms of disclaimer about what Odike is saying.
Yeah, of course. Yeah. Now, of course, everybody is entitled to their view. That's why we're here, right? But what Amiga Live would like to say, what Amiga Live would like to say is we're not held responsible for the views expressed by anybody in this program. Everybody's view is their own, and Amiga is simply a conduit through which these views are being expressed, rather than a view that is being supported directly by Amiga Live TV. Thank you. I think that's enough.
Yeah, thank you.
Maybe I am call from home. Yeah, the TV one I already have course of proceedings, and these are the facts. I have on today. It is a court to boy, the Amazon boy. But this happened in a court.
Was a question to say, was sent to sir? Was also sent to sir? Was it what I so what I was sent to sir?
What you me interest? I will a corona and I shall hollow. Or he never walks out room and say no other can. Say no other can because they say I chill on the crew. Say no one in another can. Any police before was our crew. Say no other can. MP also our crew. Say no other can. Me pass what you mean. Dabi when they dedicate more chairman and sansa na waba Mr. Wa where you Mr.
Nam ka so na me so
o chairman say no oba beka o hin o kuro mo no say no abeka ye chi a hye wa beka bibi
the sansa say ko be so na no so wa hojo
akuma se ahodo
say kuma se ahojo dey say ho no ye ebia wote ba ho no dey tu galam say o
there be on the headquarters of free or court site.
It's a site ban or Crobeso.
Yes, be Tobro forest. Our Mansia area and Atuma area. It's in the news. It is if you care to know, I will review you.
I was a so a fair also a need. So see, do a bus and so what me to one or more or here or show Chronos and I said, Jamie de Janoso. Oh, for the announcement.
Our police of action is in evidence. What call to come here reminded. It's in Yaman American. As some American Yaman Muslim account. Asa, Yachin, Menuka or Accra police remind for 2 weeks.
Sir, and as I say, about the action, dear, sir. As a performing ma sabi okusama kokodoto and as say yachino it's yachino there na say ai o say nyina isru kwa
na chief
era okay mimia eno ma baba wa no kakra ya kopon ne na no ma dawro ma omunya yebu omu no omu kwa omu nai inti o mpaye ene ujuma Woody piano, almost Babua. I'm an estimate esipo. Inti mama bibia how, and I never quite me there said, says the one ya, I wouldn't know when you have a form set, meet you. But it was a who said, yes, Sassy acquire a year unity to the year, and I do you happy. Oh, I need gentlemen in you, become a jana at the Nano Prayer.
Na me pa
me
Odike hold on Mr. Ochiami me pa Aisha
tu for him kwa
oh tumfo ahenkwa yeah me pa we there Aisha de ya na me kan say chief counsel ene nananom asemi baye Ashanti region ye hu no me pa ye tu hu amono mo kan say anamon ye tu hu anamon me pa kroma ye tra na ye twi ni ko kakra ye tu hu anamon kakra about say ye be hu baby ana owo ne activities ni nyuma o ye no baby ana wo garam say area ni ade no chief counsel atimi atranse ase omo ye investigation hu baby o ye sa activities no say ya kroma no ye Ashanti region so ye benya gidie kakra wo ye mpanifo no
say dia wo kan say ekoba sa na say obi na ekoti ho kire peace council for na say asra for ma wotimi ma mo sakam inti sa se boy no de o tiame ati so ante inti asem bia nya mebeto o tiame ani inti wo peace council ne abambafo no 70 o ma na bedi ho dwuma say de ebinu apendidi kan de say etima apiama abako wakra temu ne akasafidie so a yebobo mu yiro nti eche no de ebesie bia no o so ba mamati so ati ase
say the all say ebi empanifo bi ti say Odike omuhu sa no omo tete ti say de no wo ka no e ma ne be kasa ntese nka bi a sebi okoka ana say sebi okoka youth ni de no oh not in a rightful way ti see anu kra no oye yi une way no wa show wa empathize so na edie na penifo no ye nananam so betimi aye sebi sa no ma we ebetimi afiri ho omo be hiehyia na sebi enko dru position bi say ya be chi obi ti say Aisha Ashanti region Ashanti region you value yourself your police force ho your immigration service ho apparently kra no timi sneak in immigration papers your question then obi timi betena ye man Ashanti region ye adwuma no ye no ma immigration for was slip through the net police was slip through the net nanano ma o ne area so tutu ayi so was slip then etimi basa
say ono odiburo nya ho na we crackers na sabioku Akwasi asu ndi asu enti asu mprenu do ba ku na onya akwanya no onya no adifodie na ode ko ye na wasa apina chi asa ba no ana say am ya so ni mu no nte say ni de wonti bi menya akwanya bia nya ne say de wo ye kan no da
so ekuru a wo so no ahemfo ho sa ahoju no wa ye wo hene wo ho ba bi owo bia ye wo hene wo ho enti sa wo hene no no wanti da say Aisha wo area wana
say okay owia no na ba e kwa ofa so eko ya osan ti ma ba na chini de say so enya kwampa so no na wa hene no so no e we nya ayi
3 years no watena Ghana
o ka se obetwam do hu na chi no
wasabe for a long time it uhema government in general the Ghanaian people how do we report things your authorities your trust say your report to obi kura na on be take action when you a question mark for us as a country
we no asumbusa say the osika na but say no ya ni abaya ho so pa say the wo kan say the minu say asembi boni no na ni yi asembi safo ekohia asembi pono nti we no ekwakoba asembi nua okokan e nukura no ebeboa ma ye netima ba ho so ma bibi ato tima bia no yetima hihye ni yasa kekansi ani so say frama no de America tente hu entakra no a say wo sesa
responsible sebe or report no mama ohene because obi kasati ya ohene sesi ana ye obi ode beko so obi ba no ye illegal obi ba kronim o ye bibi boni ni ade a ehifo na report kwa infie because Asha we say ono say wa ba be wrem oba ye no sebi e obi fie no okohan ye no tran hwan fie no okohan tran oh sa no ma no sa investigation no e ade bi a ati se be hia Ghana man e be hia ye in a way say particular Ashanti region say yes bibi say kra na ntimi sibie enti ekwa be so e na musumo side no mo behwe ama sa no mo mati be di ho adwuma
say bi ne de asaba minua panyini ewoka ye ya ama ese yete ho aye bobo hu yi anokwa na ma enipa bi a me kai so mba be soe no ni fie no kra no e ma o mani ba ho se obeya okoi wasa ba biem so no nti se be o si kan nti be ma obi ewura o ye man mu bia no a ase hwe ne hwe ni emprenu ene ne prensa so no ne nya hwehwemu ni ye ne ma no kra ni dead no ne boy japa ye ho ban wo ye ma obi mfiri abontene e ma onfa asokan be dan atincha ma ni nya yie nti se de ye kan nti we no kwa aboa ma epo na ye bo no tinya awie pay adawroma ne se kwa yo se be fa ye be se abamofo no ne o ma we no so timi boa sa nya bia no obi na kwakoti ho kire o ma ho timi so no nti aseda ana ye da twedi ampo Yakopon ne nananom adawroma o mo pai ba so so o bo no ekura
se no ye wo UK ha and UK for mo hwe program ni ade o mo message o mo de ba no say I am for in terms of responsibility for such things no obi baba krom oba obedi bone o yesei yenya report enti ekwa be so na yebetimi ahwe a ohene be ye more responsible in this area of work after so I am for be ye more responsible in this area of after so no se ba se bia onipa ni ba kro nu ma no yenim se nipa bone fu abam oba be ye bibi oba ye garamse o ntimi nsi ahene bia enipa bebrebe hu reporting system ni ade no enti dia ne be ma such line no authority responsibility abema sa de we ejai e wa Ashanti region
so da wukai oba sa okwane passport ana me so se bi okumiti aminya immigration officer so no na ma wonti immigration officer na o man kwa man ti medru ya Ashanti memo han o na me so bo no be bo no ye ni kan ti wa ni da me kan sa kan no se obi a utu kwan a ukwa infie wan kwa infie abakwa sori fie wan kwa sori fie abakwa police station e do wa kwa kire asa na bia wakopa awo bia kwa koda so no na se onu no oba no onu awia no so no ana wo fa kwati kwa so be fa o manager pade de akọ nti se de o man kwa na man ba se de o de ahwede be fie na de ho asna ba so nti abombofo no di ba bia fa ya ba en de o de so bon de ba so hin na o no ti bi pro no de e ho asam kwa ba na ba mi kan onu ati se asa na sa ba
enti the question back on so is similar to way say galamsey wo area in Ashanti region and other parts no ohini bi a wo betimi abeka the number of galamsey activities are ewo omo ho anyhow they are dealing with this galamsey
ebia nipa no
omo nya sandboard kura mo bo krom say who so be to galamsey am report ma himfie ati say reporting system no say you good e be stop activities e be stop bibi say nipa no abe ram illegally ye hu no
o here no e be no boda uru so on say no asama abanie nti obi obo say wonya kroba bia wa ha na one nam ha no ebi yan ntina ya fa ne mra himfie na ntumi ni nyina be ka so na afiri no say na minua panyine kan obo a na ono akwa na nkrata nyina awie me ade papa mu say amame na amani akwa so no kane no asase na ya nton asase bo ko sra asase no tunsa so no intine nipa ne ba ono fa kwati kwan ti ono obi a wo yesa agudie no adwuma na obesi ni so to no so no ye kroba ni to ni kro no the future na bonti nyina to na be chen se fa si ebi ba na wo hene no oni mo bibia nti be wi ase no nti se no se da wo si kai se abane makwan yɛde tumi ne sama nananom sɛ da kan na saa tumi ne wɔ nananom nsɛm no dia nananom so bɛdi ho dwuma wei mi kan ebia saa nkurɔfoɔ yi sɛ na me nua no ɔdi kan me kasa yi ma ɔka ne sɛ ebinom wɔ hɔ a wɔbɛkɔ ɔmo no aso ɛyɛ no etuo ne akwabranefo egu hɔ no no ɔyɛ no no saa etuo atwetuo na ɔno ebia ɛda ne dɛm no nye bi ne deɛ ɛwɔ saa bia na me nua no ɔka ho asɛm no nti sɛ aban no ɛɛboa nananom na ɔbɔ nananom ho ban na nananom asan ade ɔmo tumi asan ma wɔn sɛdeɛ ɔmo na ɔmo titiri ɔmo kuro so ɔmo na ɛtitiri ɔmo kuro a ɔmo no enim sɛdeɛ kuro no efikyɛ na bɔnten nyinaa si tie ti woyɛ hɔho woyɛ manfrɛ ni na ɔbɛfrɛ kuro mu a ɔno ɔmo sɛdeɛ ɔbɛsi no adi sɛdeɛ esi tie nti kuro baako ara na sɛ ɔbɛyɛ mfomsoɔ koraa na yɛkyewa ɛne ɛba ayɔnkwa bɛkyew dedua sɛ ɛda sei sɛ na mi kan ebi ɛda brada esuo wei yɛ nkɔ ho ɛsaa gyina wei yɛ nkɔ ho sɛ na ɔmo si ka no sɛ asɛe nananom no agyapadeɛ pii ɔmo gya hɔ kɔɔɛ so ne ba gu yɛ kuro no kura gyina yɛ no a ɛyɛ kuro no gyina yɛ no a nananom no eyi so apa yɛ ne adeɛ no nyinaa sika ni brenti ne akotu sɛ yɛ pɛ ɛyi agudie wu nti sɛ na mi nua sika no deɛ ɛna saa de no a ɔno ayɛ n'adwene so no anasɛ watu saa namɔ no deɛ kwan biara so no ɛno deɛ ɛwɔ sɛ nananom no adaworo ma ɛkɔpɔn twɛdi afɔ so ɛboa na aban no so saa tumi ne mɔm sɛ deɛ bɛsi ka no a
yo yɛda wase bebree Odike wei de wate ne nyinaa
yo ne nyinaa boils down to your constitution no ɛyɛ up bottom up but we are saying in a very civilized
Odike yɛ tie fo le baako de aba sɛ ka still wo da ho a ka sɛ wo frɛ constitution ɔte sɛ wo da ho ba ɛsɛ ka wo to be frɛ constitution
no na the constitution no the constitution is the guiding principles of every organization so you get wrong your mindset your behavior your attitude ebe your wrong eti the amendment can say I was say local governance system no a bottom up approach you know na him feel a sense of belongingness a man nuclear government at the base aye duma you know na nkofo na what omo form obe hu say higher a jurisdiction emra ni bibia ma e kwan say you be hold on tight na so hwe say yes wo hene ti krom agudi a wa asase na sene ye man ne dia but dia wa soro no e na ekuro o hene ne kromafo ne dia na ya mfra asase soro a ye bere yakofom ye bere yakobinit let's just one way no ya cheche na nanom say gomu achi eti wo mo ba wo mo the force ana de ba na nanom so wa nte ase a ye bulu ne yakọ anasa so agye wo de ani nya kwanko eti ye local governance system ni nya enye papa awo so wo hene baby odi ne hene no onpa na the head of the institution to cross government no assemblyman onkra so mo no mo foto aban ye common fund na o se di ko bi ade ma no no ma draw o mo programs o mo discount no ene de mo agege wo ho ne be ye digis ka fru obo ase ne de ko Accra obo ase for pe amenities a age so mo ko chase aban no wa fi mu a untimi nya pe lawyer honestly speaking revisit our the architectural structure of our constitution.
Yeah, which part? You still haven't answered which part. The whole thing? You want us to look at the whole thing, right?
Review of the whole thing.
The whole thing, right?
Like I said, you know, so fundamental human rights are, and then advanced countries is in tandem. What you say?
You know, you have you know, we have the Minerals and Minings Act, right, in Ghana, 2006. That's the act that talks about licensing, who gets a license to mine, what the sanctions are if somebody doesn't have a license and tries to mine in Ghana. So again, to me, I say, the law is there. the law needs to be applied. How many people know there's a law? How many people know what the sanction is? How many people know you can go to prison if you don't have a license and you start mining in Ghana? People don't know this. So if the police are aware, are told, it's reported to this, and the police enforce the law, the judiciary enforce the legislation, then we don't have a problem. But we are so corruptible that the problem is even though the law is there, people will take no notice of it. That's my problem.
The problem right now is the executive is manipulating all the structures. That is where we have to take a second look. The executive arm is manipulating virtually every institution, and they are the law enforcing agents. But those who are supposed to enforce the law are the accomplices of these illegalities.
Yeah, I agree with the second half of your sentence, not the first. But to me, yeah, go on.
Mami Musa, Auntie Linda Sambakua. Auntie Linda now. So constitution, you know, so if you are man penina, you better abana or my muna, you know. So or CBBA, and I was try to say Chief Justice. It is a Chief Justice now was try to say constitution. I said, I mean, you can say constitution, you know, a sworn, you know, and I said, I want to know, crowd to say, and you may be a boss, I know, Chief Justice, and why I'm holding. That's a Obi ama kwama Obi waje krata e da kwakoma yi kwabrani bi se won kotu agude wo ohin bi asase so nti sa na ba Argentina Chief Justice no on chisa ni pa ne dedua ama ne ho asem ntimi ma ama Obi aso ntimi enka na bojo so asem.
The problem is that who is supposed to be in charge of different things when they go wrong? Obiaka Chief Justice, where asem na yekano, and Chief Justice asem. This should be local police asem. And if the police are not enforcing or not doing the right thing, IGP is the next person, Inspector General of Police. If Inspector General of Police is not doing the right thing, he's appointed by the President. It's the President's problem. It has to go up rather than down. So if somebody makes a complaint, say Koso, you have to come in and bring it. It doesn't go straight to the President. It goes through the different organs. And if the different organs are not working, then they are accountable. Because law will make it accountable. But the problem is, to me, the first thing that comes to the person's mind is, how am I going to get out of it? Minye dena babium. Inti obe yiskano. And I said obe catcher and alamfo. And I said Busiani said say in asema bag. Buame. Now men find a way say I can get out of this problem. Now obe find a way amano. Inti me no dear. I come back to the same point and say the law is there. It's just yang Busiafo, friends, this, that. We are so interconnected in Ghana. To say this person is related to this person. Me family, they say. Now me didn't say who you're related to royal family on one side, some side, and another side. So you can get connections. Say shrepa. That helps us as a society, but and also Mboyan as a society, because they are expected to be boy, be helping yang, be supporting yang in problems na year that now year creates our problem. Me say me call galam say somebody bonny. So why should I expect that me mame oni mobi no oni IGP and I say oni police officer no or call no connection no or catch a police now asem no embabium it doesn't. That's a no name boy. Our society is beautiful because we are so connected as Ghanaians. By all means, but the same thing is also killing us.
You said Auntie Linda okay now. Say Basa na say mo ya mranimu foya. Say na mi nua panini Akwasi Addai Odike ka say nkofo bi ko atiwa kwa yemu kwa kotu agudie ma yeso ma say bedi mo mranimu fo no mo nsam o. Nti samo na asamo na sotwe bi afata bia no. Mo no twe sa nkofo no. Na asa ya no o ka say wasan bai. Asotwe bi afata bia mfa twema ma san nyina hunu.
Yeah.
so said it here said you know equity ma mention idea ba na no hwe said bi efidie bi emusuo nti sabeku yetwa mu dwan a eno na me ka chebi no say nya say yetwa na su no say musuo ne san bi o da besi ko so said it here enu nti na amana ya pese isi anu kwan na de boss ade no ban nti se obi ko nsuo bi ma na se efuo bi mi na se sabieku okofo oba bi na se okoye bi boss na bi akromo yen na oti bi sa na okotwa mu dwan ade pata so se le nti so se ya mo ban ana me kan ya nya sa tumi na man nananom na nim sa yi nsuo ne sabieku suma sam ne so no nwane botan sa no mani nyina munsem so no aduma nti say nyai sa tumi na sa mo nananom de a ene de be bia no say de me sika no ye say de kwa na ye say bo ani mo be san
yeah what's it yeah to me
thank you very much for education the amendment can say look you will be in a police station right the commander no ya Ashanti regional commander and be catch you say the powers that be from up Aba into my hands are tied. Obeka che wu nipa na wunya ne moa. Say order from above be aba. I cannot act. The whole Ashanti regional commander will tell you this in your face.
So this is the saying. This is what the community, in terms of what they are feeling when it comes to the law. The law,
yes.
Police.
The law enforcement agencies, they are part of the problem. And to me, why should the president appoint Dompari? Why can't we create an electoral college for the police service to elect the IGP? I want the president, as I said, president being appointed to obey the beck and call of the president. Because they have common sense. And this has to do with common sense approach. That's why the father said the American who practice democracy 200 years. So they've gone through the mill and the system is working for them. But in our case, because of politicization. Aisha said na Aisha uma be say yensu aspirate wo mu nyinara ye kwa ye bretu a eya asone uma be say ni nyinara enya na no spirit no mo pam wo mu. Apart from land degradation say ye was spirit bi wo ye kwa ye ni yensu mu a China and yet me China, and we have about more than 3,000 Chinese in our local communities. Okwa Sankangwa and when they are Chinatown. They are there in their numbers. But I'm not saying foreign bien also a small scale mining. You dare not even go there. But the same I was a executive arm, a chairman yet man. They say what 3,000 illegal miners in Ashanti region. At the full grade of the supposed law enforcement agencies to continue their illegalities as against say local communities now from this. One of us say one streamer a source of water yes 800 water bodies in Ghana has been polluted. 800. Are you still convinced that you are
Yes.
Yes. Eti ye juma die no beba wiye na ye be say obi I making the final analysis. Enti Odike wo die ni say wo pese wo kan I mean knowing say sisi ati said o chia me kan no say wo pese wo ye ready na ukọ nananom ho ewo okohia
otumfu bakan
otumfu ayin ko
aka kwa bubro minatisi fo
yes
minu akuma brasemu a ana free medicine tin ma be duru na iti a e
otu fa yin kwa ka no we dey what ni na ye ma why your final analysis why
into the last asantimemu na mpete no me na nanom de nyamesuro ana tete me etime me ko police station da fisia wo me ko to da o ba me de nanom tete na wura me mu a obi antimi nyim firi me etime da asantima ne Ghana ekon no me ko eni edene so ko me hu sai asobra champion fo bebre no efrafra emu a omu pese law and order be yaduma we are near for kun me hu sa asobra chefo bi we emu a omu pe hu anya ne ya se nipa nyina be wukura wo mfa ho eti media de me ka che wiase fo nya sa mo mebo ame na nya sa me ko asaya santeman opapa so pa ho ma so no enye na numo do ne ma mo ma ni ye ntra mi yase abochefo nya mo beta machi na e champion the course wa ye be ma build strong institutions yenya good governance rule of law any equality before the law e be yaduma now the gap between the half and the half not keep widening no ye be break no now culture of impunity are widespread e Ghana no e so betwa afei finally from the look of things no the current trend of issues are for Ghana no they are bringing back culture of silence and for ye aso for ye and politicians stem obian kasa whenever they go wrong no mu twa ntra omu pesa Ghana fo na aka sentron na no pre but media yes he who knows the truth yet believes in lies is an idiot na menya idiot da biarada it be about me to me we so say I will fight for my nation and you may be enko ye biaro we will speak truth to our power sebelo mudo senyo mudo African Penifo don't look at Odike as the convener of the message but here namuntie the import of the message see the import of the message ni I think say ye nyina ye be come back to our senses and use common sense approach than our emotions to make Ghana a better place to live.
Thank you. We dey otumfo I chairman also me last word nana
otumfo
ayenkwa
sanity na meso me da abajofo nyina se minu apani so se so adia tum na wa di de no gbo amani nua ekuma na me de ma de se dia misra se Ghana ban se penofo se prokoto ya kasa prokosen se nana no mo no ana omodo mo moja agi asase no eto ho mai enti se no tumi no a efri nana no mo se na ni ade ha ze ri jana nana no mo na se aban no so ebo mo chi dom o taw mo chi a so no bibia betimako to chin amaye abibia ntimi emeya yi ebisa na binu ekai obi kwa ni assemblyman a no o di tumi ekosisi di kura bia wo hwe wo ma yi chame brempo bi so no inti anoni ade a me de mesre se yanya hwehwemu no ni yanya hyehyɛ no foforo se de kanenet ye no a Ghana ebeto asanteman edurasi bana nyina ya asanteman techire so si akwa nyina asanteman so inti se ye ani na se ye de ye pebi wo ba bi sa no a esa na entwa yi nti yemo mode ana fa na nam tumi no esa ma omu biem ma amasan nyina esa hu e ka sa tumi no esa kra no ye efiri say esa e baba sa de English yi oba ma okwa akura ebia the prime minister no on oba beje ensese no ho no so de akwadi djuma si bibi kire no so anu aba obu nkompa benachi no aba beje ensese ni ti sa na mesese enya sa o maga ni mama o ma san fa ntuma pemfra
yo yeda wase otumfu ayinkwa Akwasi Addai yeda wase. Thank you. Linda, you have your final word. Means everything that you have done today.
Yeah, I think I do. You see, the law that we all have, whichever country you're in, always is based on the people and is based on what we say, how we think, and how we interact with each other. So for me, when we look at the base of that, it comes from things like the Bible. It comes from, as one of the, I guess, it said common sense. There's a lot of things that we base our laws on. And one of those ideas, and this is from the Bible, but I think it applies regardless, is about being your neighbor's keeper, about being your neighbor's supporter, protector, everything. And that includes accountability. And that includes telling somebody when they're doing something wrong. Whether they agree or don't agree, it's their right to tell you they agree or don't agree, but being held responsible by others, with each other, for each other, is the basis upon which, in my view, all our laws are built. Because otherwise we have anarchy. You don't have a democracy. You then fall into the danger of going back in Ghana's history to then being a dictatorship. Civil war. We know in West Africa there has been a lot of that in the recent times. Ghana does not want to become one of those countries and become a negative statistic. So when the laws are there, we must not be afraid to enforce. In my view, it is for democracy and it is for our own good and our own benefit and our own country's health. Each man for himself, God for us all, is not necessarily helpful in a situation where you need to look at each other and be able to look each other in the eye and know that you're doing the right thing. As I said earlier, in my example, if I did if I was involved in galamsey, somebody should tell me this is what you're doing is wrong. Not say to me, oh, give me some of the money that you get from the galamsey, because that's going to breed more problems. So if we don't respect the law, if we don't enforce the law, if we don't allow each other to be lawful, then what we have is anarchy. And one thing we don't want is to Ghana to become one of those countries where you talk about times past. Oh, Ghana was good in 2019. It was good in 2020. It was good in 2021 before things went bad. We want to be able to say in 10 years' time, Ghana is seeing steady, slow but steady progress. It is the reason I believe certain people, key people, have come to Ghana when we became independent. Key people like the Queen came to Ghana in '61. Key people like Obama has been to Ghana, Bill Clinton. We've had so many world leaders come to Ghana, and there is a reason, because they are seeing the potential. We must respect ourselves and see our potential, respect our laws, respect what is said in the law, learn to obey, learn, educate yourself. Do not allow the person next to you to destroy your country. It is your country, it's my country. It's only if we listen and respect those things and respect each other that Ghana will be able to see its future and see improvements. So we don't have these kind of debates over and over and again. I have this debate next year. I hope not. That's my prayer.
Yeah. You hope say next week, if any Bantama Hene, every program ha. You hope say Nana ever agree no any program. And now arrangements as also. Na afi so Odike you be add within that program no na yene nana aye program Odike so be kan we ni aye sa program no na nana we de wadaroma ye de to anim say ye be fro and then you me fro na me no wakasa na ye woni Odike yetimi aye nice program for the community. This program no have helpful in terms of uplifting us, making us know some of the implications your system no. Na madaroma you say, like Linda says, accountability, responsibility, and not police not to be afraid to enforce the law. Very important. Good afternoon, everyone. And next week, Ibeshiamoha. Thank you, producer Joe Bedu, and also Sister Danswa Yedamunase. Good afternoon. Na itaye program in Anajo. Intika kakrebi kabikoye good night. Good afternoon, and have a good day. Have the rest of the day good. Your friend Kofikula. Yedamunase. Bye bye.
Saturday, the 10th of September, 2022. Who Wears the Crown? Taking place at Gammon Palace, Dominion Centre, 9 The Broadway, High Road, London, N22 6DS. Doors open at 6:30 p.m. Showtime 8 p.m. Tickets are available at www.eventbrite.com. VIP is £50 downstairs. Standard £30 upstairs. Sponsored by Seek, Tap Tap Send, Coppin Hospitality, Diaspora Insurance, Viva Creations, Blue Rose Limited, BWF Solicitors, BWF Communications, QR Solutions, House of Hair UK, Ponytail Queen, Catherman, Eclat Hair, Byron A, Nelly's, May & Co Activewear, Blooming Scent, Zeke's Concept and EMG. Supported by Ghana High Commission UK and Ireland, Aquaba UK, National Youth Authority Ghana, Made in Ghana, Ghana Union, DJ Blackstar, Fab Photography, On Point Unafrique, Base, Hot Digital FM, GN Radio, Desire UK, Labora, Rainbow Radio, UKGH, GMA UK, Hair to the Throne, Bright Stars, Radiant Family, Special Lady, Ya Ata Accessories, Royal Hills, Family Business, Ghanaian Londoners. Follow us on all our social medias at Miss Ghana UK. Saturday, the 10th of September, 2022. Who Wears the Crown? Taking place at Gammon Palace, Dominion Centre, 9 The Broadway, High Road, London, N22 6DS. Doors open at 6:30 p.m. Showtime 8 p.m. Tickets are available at www.eventbrite.com. VIP is £50 downstairs. Standard £30 upstairs. Sponsored by Seek, Tap Tap Send, Coppin Hospitality, Diaspora Insurance, Viva Creations, Blue Rose Limited, BWF Solicitors, BWF Communications, QR Solutions, House of Hair UK, Ponytail Queen, Catherman, Eclat Hair, Byron A, Nelly's, May & Co Activewear, Blooming Scent, Zeke's Concept and EMG. Supported by Ghana High Commission UK and Ireland, Aquaba UK, National Youth Authority Ghana, Made in Ghana, Ghana Union, DJ Blackstar, Fab Photography, On Point Unafrique, Base, Hot Digital FM, GN Radio, Desire UK, Labora, Rainbow Radio, UKGH, GMA UK, Hair to the Throne, Bright Stars, Radiant Family, Special Lady, Ya Ata Accessories, Royal Hills, Family Business, Ghanaian Londoners. Follow us on all our social medias at Miss Ghana UK. Saturday, the 10th of September, 2022. Who Wears the Crown? Taking place at Gammon Palace, Dominion Centre, 9 The Broadway, High Road, London, N22 6DS. Doors open at 6:30 p.m. Showtime 8 p.m. Tickets are available at www.eventbrite.com. VIP is £50 downstairs.